Yeah.
Okay. Martin, you have started the campaign here in Halifax for the right to food. Can you just tell me what you're doing?
What we're doing is I've started my own group up, Urban Christians, and what we're set about is we're going to talk about right to food, but with this right to food we're going to do a Bible study at the same time to get people interested and just try and make people more aware of what I am doing in Halifax and what I do want to do. I've still got a lot more planned for the future. It's just early stages at the moment, but it's really getting off to a good start at the moment in time.
And what is it you hope to achieve?
Just awareness, just mainly awareness for younger people. You know, that's in the next 5-10 years, the situation could be 10 times worse than what it is now. So I think if we could let the young people know this country, I think they'll have a better start and a better idea, and maybe it will get people working closer together if we can get the young people to understand what's going on.
And you say the situation could be worse. How do you see the situation now?
All the sanctions that are happening. The universal credit's not come in 100% yet, and I do believe that when this universal credit comes in properly, that there's going to be a lot more people out there struggling like myself was. Child tax, they're on about cutting down the child tax for anybody with more than 2 children. That's certainly going to cause a few problems. So that's what I'm hoping to stop. I'm hoping to just make people aware of actually what is happening.
And how does the sanctions and the universal credit link to the right to food?
Well, if you get sanctioned, it's the delaying. I believe it's like a delaying tactic. You know, people are getting sanctions just for the sake of government saving a few pennies here and there. And I think what we've got to do is make people aware of this and make people know how to go about what happens when they get a sanction, who they see and how they go about getting it sorted. Because the information that I've been receiving from a lot of our clients here is that the benefits aren't telling people of this country what's right in the benefit system, what they can claim, what they can't claim. It's just like you've got to know yourself before they tell you anything.
So what's the impact then of sanctions?
The impact of all the sanctions that's going on is just people not being able to afford food, clothes, even down to enjoyment, even going down to the cinemas. We've not got no life. The people in poverty have no life because they can't afford to have a decent life. If I can change that, I will change it.
What got you interested in campaigning for the right to food?
I got interested in the right to food going back about 5-6 years ago when I was stood there in the queue myself, queuing up for the food bank, watching people come past in cars giving me that abuse, which were quite humiliating. But as I found over the last 3-4 years that the shouting from the cars from the side of the church is not happening no more. It seems it seems like people are understanding what is going on, and they're not as bad as what they used to be. But yeah, we can change it.
Okay, and from that you did some work, didn't you, with Church Action on Poverty?
Yeah.
Want to just explain a bit about that?
Yeah, with Church Action on Poverty, I've done quite some bits of work with them, which I've really enjoyed. I think what really kicked it all off was the Windermere meeting with the Windermere Warriors. We got invited to go up to a conference with them and talk about how we could fight this sanctions and rights against food. And I think from there it's taken me all the way, and I just want to make sure I can do something.
And so what is the right to food? What's your understanding of a right to food?
My understanding to the right to food is that in 1978 that the UN the UN European laws stated that everybody in this country has rights to food. And if they've got rights to food in this country, and then they should stick to what they say, rather than letting our money go out to help other places before we've got ourselves sorted out first. I do believe that for us to go out and helping everybody else, that we need to sort this country out first, and then we can go out and help everybody else.
And what would it look like? So if everybody had the right to food, what would that look like?
To me, it looked like that we'd actually got somewhere, because there should be nobody on this street for the 7th richest country in the world for anybody to be starving, to be walking around with no shoes on, scruffy clothes, a sleeping bag on the back, tents, whatever. They shouldn't be on the street. They should be looked after. A lot of the people out there, it's not because they're ripping off the society or they've got problems, they're vulnerable, And what I've seen is, a lot of vulnerable people out there that need people like ourselves to stop this, and we give that help here. And this is why I'm more and more determined to make it a go of this.
Okay. And just explain then, so from where you are now, have you got a timetable or a plan for what you're going to do?
I'm hoping to get started with Serbians Christians over the next 4 weeks. I've got Frank that's going to be doing the Bible study with me. I've got about 8-9 people now that's really interested from this place. Other people that's taken leaflets off me and said they'd turn up. It's just a waiting game now, but I think I'm going to have quite a good crowd.
And what can other people do if they want to kind of campaign for the right to food?
I just think they need to go around and pass the word that this country is in trouble with poverty, especially child poverty that I've been seeing over the last 2-3 weeks. And child poverty, to me, is the one that we should be concentrating on, because they're the ones that's got to live with it over the next 10-20 years.